Now, weight management. Yeah, it's a weighty topic to say the least, isn't it? So whether we're looking to shift a few pounds or just trying to find balance, it can be a really big thing for so many of us. But you know, while losing excess weight can reduce the strain on our joints and reduce our risk of things like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, I don't think we often talk enough about the negative side effects of weight loss. And this, I think, is especially important for us to be talking about now and really important for midlife women to hear. So grab a cup of something, maybe a notepad and a pen. Your future health could well depend on it. Now, I wanted to talk about this today because there's been some really interesting research recently that caught my eye. And as you'll know, if you've followed me for some time, one of the things that I swear by for managing my weight is intermittent fasting. So for me, I generally swerve breakfast. I have my first bite to eat maybe around 11 in the morning. This means that I obviously am eating fewer calories throughout the day because I'm generally only having 2 meals rather than 3. Genuinely proven really effective for me and for many others, so much so that I've been doing it for a number of years and I feel really well on it. So when I saw a study recently published in Cell magazine, and it found that intermittent fasting can maybe inhibit hair growth, well, I thought it was worth talking about. So what did the study say? Well, the researchers found that fasting, and then that's really whether it's an intense fast or intermittent fasting done over a longer period of time, can actually cause the body to divert energy away from non-essential functions, including hair growth. So the resources that we need, that we're eating, go towards our vital organs and our systems there instead. And of course that makes sense when you think about it. But the nuance is just so key here, because actually what it boils down to is nutrient depletion more than fasting. So for those of us who do practice intermittent fasting, it's really important that in the eating window that we have, we eat really, really well. So that means eating nutrient-dense foods that can help to fuel and support our bodies. And that's why you will always hear me say that not all calories are made equal. You know, you can have 2 people eating the same amount of calories in a day, but their nutrients, well, obviously that can vary wildly. So let's look at an example. 100 grams of salmon is roughly, give or take, about 200 calories, but it's also incredibly nutrient dense and it's an excellent source of protein, and it contains things like omega-3 fatty acids, which help to support our heart, our brain, our eye health. It's also rich in vitamins, things like vitamin D, B12, minerals like selenium and potassium. So if you compare that with, say, a donut, so one glazed donut has around 200 calories, maybe more, depending on the brand. Now within that, you've got a lot of sugar, you've got some starch, you've got some fat. Beneficial nutrients? Not so much. So, okay, this is an extreme example, but you can see how, yes, over time, if we're just prioritizing caloric intake over anything else, well, we may well start to deplete our nutrients and impact our health. Another example that's becoming more and more of an issue, and in my opinion will become more of a crisis as time goes on, is weight loss jabs. Why? Well, they are a very effective way for shedding excess pounds for people who genuinely need them, but you have to be so careful about getting enough nutrients. And I'm just not convinced that people really know enough about good nutrition to be getting this balance right. If you're eating less, you've got to make sure that what you are eating is really packed full of good nutrition. And research shows that when we lose weight through the weight loss drugs, we're not just losing fat. Oh no, up to 1/3 of the weight loss can be non-fat mass, i.e. we're losing muscle and even bone mass too. And for midlife women, this can be absolutely catastrophic. So we know that as we age, our muscle mass naturally depletes anyway, and that's why strength training is so important. And for women, estrogen also has a naturally protective effect for our bones. So if we're not replacing our estrogen with HRT during and after menopause, we increase our risk of developing osteoporosis, especially if we're not doing enough bone building exercise. So this is why ensuring that we're getting enough nutrients from our diet is just so important. And that's why I have such an issue with weight loss jabs. They literally make you not want to eat. So I know many people who are using them, and I've known people take them that have honestly just plain forgotten to eat. And what does that mean? It means very few calories, therefore even fewer nutrients. And that drives us towards nutrient depletion and potentially terrifying impacts for our health. So before I go into a full-scale rant here, I guess I just want my message to be this. There's far more to weight management than the number of calories that we're eating. Yes, for sure. If we want to lose weight, we need to be in a calorie deficit. So we're taking in fewer calories than we're expending. But it's just so important to consider the nutrients that we're eating in that window. Not only will this help to fuel our bodies, but it'll probably leave us feeling fuller for longer too. So that's a win-win. And when it comes to bone and muscle mass, seriously, don't scrimp on strength training. It's so important. You've seen me on my Instagram lifting weights, doing push-ups, especially as we age. It's crucial. The more muscle we have, the more effective our metabolism is, and the better we are at regulating our blood sugar levels. It's a natural weight loss aid. Okay, rant over. I know that you guys always have loads of questions on nutrition, so do let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like me to answer here in a future video. There's so much to it, isn't there? And it's super easy to feel overwhelmed by all the information out there. Well, we try our very best here at Earle Wellbeing, the team and me, to cut through all of the noise. So I really hope that this was helpful today. And as ever, it would mean so much if you could just subscribe to our channel here so we can reach more midlife warriors. And until next time we chat and you join me here, go very well. Bye-bye.